That's Nick.
And that's Joseph. And today we're here to run down my top 10 favorite films from the 2019 Toronto International Film Festival, which I attended for ioncinema.com, where you can go for further coverage.
So your number 7 film is the...
Not the... Just...
I just forgot the name. True something of the gang? The Get Along Gang? Oh my God.
What?
Kelly Gang. Say the title.
True History of the Kelly Gang.
True History of the Kelly Gang.
And I will concede that that is not the best title, but it's also trying to be ironic.
So this is based on a real person, like an Australian outlaw.
You never heard of him before?
Hell no.
Okay.
So do you know about him prior to seeing it? Okay.
Okay. Well, there are
like 10 seconds.
1860s through 1880s. Irish immigrant family, and he ended up becoming an outlaw that killed some men, and there was a massive manhunt, and he was killed. But then he became a symbol for the people because the British colonialists, because they were colonialists, were assholes to everybody. So he kind of united the people in a very infamous, insidious way. And there were two very high-profile-ish films about Ned Kelly. Tony Richardson directed a very troubled production of Ned Kelly in 1970, starring Mick Jagger.
Okay.
Which is actually good casting, although Richardson and Jagger are both British. So, and then there was a 2003 version called Ned Kelly with Heath Ledger, Orlando Bloom, and Naomi Watts. That I think fans of Ledger are familiar with that. So this is probably the best by far version of Ned Kelly and his tragedy.
I obviously didn't see this film. Is it does it just capture a moment in his life?
No, it goes from his child. It starts in 1867, where I believe he's a preteen, 11 or 12, and it kind of goes through the development of his childhood, and then ends at 1880, the year he is hunted and killed.
Okay.
So I'd say especially the first half of the film is fantastic. It's directed by Justin Kurzel, who 2011 made a splash with his debut Snowtown about some Australian serial killers, which is a really good first film. But then he went on to do a version of Macbeth with Michael Fassbender and Marion Cotillard, which played a can. It doesn't top Polanski's Macbeth to me, but it's worth a watch. And then he did a really terrible video game adaptation for Hollywood, Assassin's Creed.
Oh.
In 2016, which was not good. So this is kind of his comeback film in a lot of ways, and cinematography is great. His brother Jed Kurzel, superb score. And George MacKay plays the older Ned Kelly, and he does give a really good performance. But Ned Kelly's childhood is quite disturbing. His father was an Irish immigrant and had served time in prison and gets arrested for bestiality and is murdered by the police.
Which animal was he having sex with?
I think they had a cow.
Oh, a cow.
I don't remember, but basically it's Charlie Hunnam plays a constable that has the hots for Ned's mother, played by Essie Davis, who's the mom of the Babadook.
Is Charlie nude in this film?
No.
Okay.
You see some things happening, but no genitalia. And Essie Davis is great as his wacky mother, who, she, even while the father's alive, is prostituting herself to kind of pay for the bills.
So would I.
Siblings. And then she sells him. The father's killed. She sells her son to this man lover she has, played by Russell Crowe.
Like a slave.
Like a slave, but it's to teach him the tricks of, I think his name's Harry Power's trade, which is he's a bushman who, it's kind of like the Wild West. He kills people passing by his territory and takes all their things, and that's that's what he does. So he's teaching that to the boy, and ends up getting arrested by Charlie Hunnam, and the boy gets sent away. So all kinds of dysfunction and
why is the first half so good?
It's just eerie and creepy, and you see because he's kind of portrayed as a good little boy who you can see why he ends up kind of being the way he is. Russell Crowe is starting to look like Orson Welles. But also a really good performance by him. And then in the elder years, because I think he dies, I think he's only 25 when he dies, but when he comes back to his family, Nicholas Hoole is now the new constable who fucks his family over in different ways. Yeah, it's... I was impressed. I went in not expecting much, either with the subject matter or based on Kurzel's last two films, but yeah, I was very happy with it.
Good. So 3 out of 5?
3.5 out of 5.
3.5 out of 5 stars. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.